And the Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good evening, everybody. This is Kenny Masterson, and we are coming to you live from Wright City tonight, Wright City High School specifically. And we are going to see a varsity football game between the home team Wright City Wildcats and your Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks. And get the camera over here, and you can see the IndianHawks coming onto the field right now. Got about a little over 12 and a half minutes before this game starts. And talk just a little bit about how, let's see, well, the Wildcats, they are 3-1 this year. They've defeated Winfield, Van Far, and North Callaway, and they've lost to Duchesne. And the last meeting between these two teams was last year. Let's see, when was it? The 20th of September last year in Clopton, and it was a thriller. I mean, I think it was like, I don't know, maybe the first game that I broadcast. I don't really remember if there was one before that or not, but I mean, it was a thriller. It came down to whoever had the ball last was going to be the winner. That final score was Clopton Elsberry 50-46 over Wright City, and it came right down to the very last play of the game. It was really good. And so while I hope to see good games, I'd like to see Clopton Elsberry win another one. They need to win this game, as they do all of them. And let's see, your Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks, they are 2-2 on the season. And they have defeated the Missouri Military Academy and Van Far, and they've lost to Duchesne and North Callaway. And some of those games were complete blowouts. The one with MMA was probably the closest. That and North Callaway both. But both times North Callaway pulled away towards the third quarter. They started pulling away. And so at this point in time, let's go into the roster. So playing tonight for Wright City is going to be number 1, Dwayne Lenore. Number 2, J.J. McRoberts. Number 3, Will Janowski. Number 4, Brennan Logan. Number 5, Jeremy Cundiff. Number 6, Jonathan Burke. Number 7, Jonah Rodriguez. Number 8, Xavier Caffey. Number 9, Dylan Seabow. Number 10, George Piesold. Number 11, John Piesold. Number 12, Hayden Beck. Number 15, Bailey Ramey. Number 18, Riley Holloway. Number 20, Dalton Weiser. Number 21, Demetris Lenore. Number 22, Drake Myers. Number 23, Jacob Smith. Number 24, Marcus Ray. Number 25, Michael Hicks. Number 26, Brandon Contreras. Number 28, Jeremiah Davis. Number 30, Austin Dorman. Number 31, Dominic Maniaci. Number 32, Shane Veggie. Number 33, Timothy Daniels. Number 34, Cody Eck. Number 42, Dominic Lenore. Number 52, Eric Pritchard. Number 54, Lane Dothage. Number 55, Tyler Boyd. Number 56, Kyle Horniker. Number 64, Alex Polston. Number 66, Jacob Mather. Number 67, Andrew Worth. Number 69, Christian Ebersol. Number 70, Deshaun Johnson. Number 71, Riley Shive. Number 75, Jonathan Williams. Number 84, Caleb Irvin. And number 87, Micaiah Clark. I wonder if that's supposed to be Clark. The head coach is Jeff Sargent, assisted by Ken Brown, Derek Lowe, Tyler Ricard, and Jake Wallace. Now for your Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks. On the roster tonight, number 1, Caleb Kaplan. Number 2, Bryce Irving. Number 3, Justin Genowan. Number 5, Zach Evans. Number 6, Joshua Wolanski. Number 11, Landon Struss. Number 12, Sean Yates. Number 13, Kyle Martin. Number 15, Lucas Martin. Number 19, Eli Gladney. Number 20, Dorian Zumwalt. Number 22, Eddie Bonstell. Number 23, Trevor Ashing. Number 25, Jake Reimel. Number 30, Tyler Kuntz. Number 32, Justin Shaw. Number 35, Malik McPike. Number 38, Avery Hall. Number 45, Kobe Twellman. Number 50, Jacob Martin. Number 54, Ethan King. Number 55, Gabriel Hill. Number 59, Randy Freeborn. Number 60, Nathan Martin. Number 65, Riley Walker. Number 68, Brody Freeborn. Number 71, Jacob Wolanski. Number 72, Ryan McNelly. Number 75, Jorgen Kruger. Number 77, Chance Lucas. Number 81, Dylan Kaplan. And number 99, Will Clark. Head coach is Butch Wolanski, assisted by Nick Grimaud, Chad Twellman, Chuck Bowers, Alex Black, and Colin Dugan. Those are the rosters. Notice I didn't say the starting lineup because I don't have that information. So, looks like a little over 6.5 minutes before this game starts. Let's go ahead and take a break. Oh, the other thing I wanted to remind you of is you're also hearing this on KYRO 1280 AM. That is if it's noon on Saturday. They delay broadcast our games for us, and so we get exposure on YouTube and on the radio both. But at this point in time, let's take a little commercial break here.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. These days, the concept of value matters more than ever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, It's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, we are back. And see how soon they start this game. It's showing a little under 3 minutes. Sometimes they jog that clock around a little bit. Just go ahead and get the game started. Over the PA system, I heard that the IndianHawks have won the toss. What I didn't hear was whether they elected to receive or kick the ball. So we'll find out when we see how they line up. And, okay, they are lining up like they are going to receive the ball. And the clock is still showing a little over 2 minutes. But I'm sure they'll be changing that around and putting a 12 on here pretty quick. I'm just glad that the sun finally went down. I'm over here on the east side of the field, and I was looking right into the sun. It didn't seem to be affecting the camera any, but I figured by the time the game started, the sun would be down, and sure enough, it is. I'm really glad. I had the choice of going over to the other side of the field, but I'm over here by myself, and I kind of like that. There's nothing to get in my way. I'm on the visitor side of the field, so I got friendly people around me. And yep, they have 12 minutes on the clock now. So Wright City is getting ready to kick off. And they'll be kicking off to the IndianHawks. They will be heading towards the goal on the south end of the field, or to our left. And they'll be defending the goal to our right, or the north end of the field. So we are ready to start. There's a little squib kick right there, and it was fallen on, but looks like by Wright City. And so the Wildcats get a break right there. They'll be starting 1st and 10 from the IndianHawk 47-yard line. Nobody from Clopton Elsberry jumped on that ball. It went the required 10 yards. It went 13 yards, as a matter of fact. So I got to pull up the Wright City roster, see how well I can see these numbers. I believe number 12, Hayden Beck, is their quarterback. I believe. And he looks like he's in shotgun position. They have runner in motion. Hands off to a running back, and he gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Matter of fact, he might have lost a yard. That was Brendan Contreras with the run and a loss of 1 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 11. And so Wright City sets up again. They have 2 wide receivers, 1 wide receiver to the near side, 1 to the far side. Back in the shotgun, and he hands it back to a back. And Rodriguez is their runner, and he gained 2 yards, so it brings up 3rd and 9. Right now, the IndianHawks their defensive line is holding up pretty well. So once again, 1 running back, wide receiver, 1 runner in motion. And Beck is back to pass. He passes to number 3, and he gets up to about the 41-yard line, and he is brought down. That receiver was Will Janowski. And so it brings up a 4th down. Be 4th down and about 4. Can't tell yet whether they're going to go for it or not. Quarterback still on the field. High school football doesn't necessarily mean anything. Looks like they're going for it. Beck is in a pistol position. One runner behind him. 3 wideouts on the near side. And he drops the ball, fumbles it, and he is brought down. And Clopton Hawks says they have it, but it really doesn't matter. That was 4th down. So the Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks are going to be taking over first and 10 from their own 47, which was the original line of scrimmage for Wright City. So after 4 plays, they ended up exactly where they started. 9:50 remaining in the first quarter, and the Wright City was out 4 and out, so IndianHawks take over. Yates is back in a shotgun position, and he takes off here to the near side, and he is blocking some runners out. He drops the football, but it goes out of bounds. And so the IndianHawks caught a break right there. After all that running, he only picked up 6 yards because the ball went backwards whenever it popped out. So it brings up 2nd and about 4. Yates back in a shotgun position. He's got Jake Reimel back with him. 2 wideouts on each end. Jake Reimel has the ball, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up 3rd and about 6 or so. So after a 6-yard run, the IndianHawks lose 2 yards. Brings up 3rd and 6. And there's some whistles, and officials stop the clock. See what they're going to discuss. The IndianHawks are back in a huddle again. I didn't see any yellow flags. So let's see what happened, man. I guess they're not going to tell anybody what went on. So anyway, the IndianHawks set up once again, shotgun, and here's more whistles. All right, all these whistles, they need to explain to somebody something. All right, they're starting the clock. I guess they just wanted to talk about supper tonight. I don't know. Meanwhile, Yates is in shotgun position. Looks like Reimel back with him. 2 wideouts on each end. And more. Okay, there was a flag on the play, and it looks like a false start for the IndianHawks. That'll take them back 5 yards. So they're going to have 3rd and 11 now. Ball back to the 41-yard line. I'm sorry, 46-yard line. I heard the announcer say 41, and my mouth just followed with it. But it actually is 3rd and 11 from the 46. So same setup, and Yates is back to pass. He's got a screen play to Reimel, and he is taking off, and he's got himself a 1st down. Reimel with the reception and the yardage. 1st down, IndianHawks. 8:55 still to go in the first quarter. And looks like about the same setup. They have 2 wideouts on the far side, 1 wideout on the near side. There was a direct snap to Reimel, and he breaks through the line, and he's brought down after about 4 yards. Okay, he made more yardage than I thought he made. It's going to be second and about a long 4. Might be better to call it 5. The scoreboard's calling it second and 4, but it's a very long 4. So once again, one wide out on each end. Reimel back with Yates. And there is Zach Evans swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. So now we have 3rd and 4. Yates walking over here to the sideline to bring a play in. Okay, once again, wideouts. Kyle Martin here to the near side. Yates is under center. Reimel's behind him. He's back to pass, but he keeps it. Comes to the near side, breaks through, and is brought down for a first down. So once again on 3rd down, the IndianHawks are able to convert. Oh, wow. I didn't see that flag. That is all coming back. There was a holding call on the offense. So instead of first down, we're going to repeat 3rd down. We're going to have 3rd and about 8, 7 or 8. I guess about 7. Wow. All right. Big loss there for the IndianHawks. 3rd and 7 now. Yates is back in a shotgun. Reimel's with him. 2 wideouts. Same play. He's running to the outside, and he gets a first down before he's pushed out of bounds. And so 1st and 10. I don't see any yellow markers down that time. 1st and 10 IndianHawks. So they are driving, albeit slowly, but they are driving down the field. I guess it doesn't matter how long it takes as long as they score at the end of it. Yates is back in the shotgun. 2 wideouts each end. He's back to pass. The pass was low. It was intended for Kyle Martin. Well, I thought it was, okay, maybe it was Lucas Martin. I thought it was 13, which is Kyle Martin, but maybe it was 15 that is Lucas Martin. It was, let's safe to say that it was one of the Martins that pass was intended for, but the pass was low. So it brings up 2nd and 10. 6:22 remaining in the first quarter, no score. Yates back in a shotgun, and he hands it off to Reimel, and he is through the line for another first down. Reimel is doing some running tonight. All right, he is down to, it looks like about the 12-yard line. 1st and 10. Okay, they need to get it in here pretty soon. Once again, Yates back in a shotgun. He holds it. And now he's running. He passes. That pass is to number 13. That is Kyle Martin. Touchdown, IndianHawks. And there is no penalty flags down. So with 5:45 remaining in the first quarter, the score is your IndianHawks 6, Wright City Wildcats 0. Get that up on here. Okay, there's Kyle Martin going for the extra point. Puts it up. And it is good. So 7-0. the IndianHawks over Wright City. .5:45 remaining in the first quarter. So now the IndianHawks will be kicking off. And if it's like all the other games, it'll be Kyle Martin kicking off. He is one busy player out there. Just now, I mean, he caught the touchdown pass. He kicked the extra point, and now he's kicking the kickoff. So he is ready to kick. There's the whistle, and there's the kick. Ball's caught, fumbled a little bit, but I think that's Janowski with the ball, and he is brought down at about the 40-yard line. So, let's see, let me make sure. Number 3, I won't give Will Janowski, number 3. And he is up to the 41-yard line. So 5:37 to go in the first quarter. Wright City will be back on the offense again, 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Handoff to, can't tell who it is, to their running back, and he is up close to a first down. And where they're spotting it is going to be a first down. So one run on there, and they got about 12 yards. They now have the ball into IndianHawks territory at about the 47-yard line. That's just about where they started their first drive, was about the 47. All right, Beck back in a shotgun. One runner in motion. Hands off to another runner, and he is caught at the line of scrimmage, actually behind it. And he is brought down. Let's see, that is number 26, Brandon Contreras. He's big enough, I'm sure he's considered a halfback or a fullback. Young man is quite large for a runner anyway. So once again, Beck in the shotgun. 3 wideouts on this side. Everything weighted to this side. One runner in motion. Beck's back to pass. And that pass was intended for Will Janowski. And I think I heard him say there's a flag on the play. The pass was incomplete anyway. So holding on the Wildcats. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. That's taking them back a ways. They are back now at they're back at their own 41-yard line, and they need to go to the IndianHawks 37-yard line. So they got about 20 to go. Forward pass intended for Rodriguez, and it was dropped. So what do we got? Third down here. Going to be 3rd and 23. He was actually brought down for a loss of 3 more yards. One runner in motion, 2 wideouts on the near side. Quarterback passed, and absolutely nobody around. So it brings up 4th down. 4th down and about 23. And I see a whole nother key team coming on, so I imagine they're going to punt it away this time. The field position where they are. See who we got going back to field this punt. I can't see their number, so I'm not sure who it is. Trying to look through the dirty glass here doesn't help at all. Kick is away. And it goes out of bounds. See where they're going to spot it. It goes out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. And yeah, that's where Clopton Elsberry will be taking over, 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Try to get this camera adjusted. I know everybody listening on the radio is not really concerned about where the camera is. But some people are watching this on YouTube. So, ball is handed off to Reimel, and he breaks through. He's not to a first down, but he picked up probably 7 or 8 yards. See where they spot the ball. Okay, it's going to be 2nd and 2. I think the announcer over there, I heard him say 2nd and 4. Not sure he can count. So Yates in a shotgun. 2 wideouts both sides, and he's going to keep it and run up the middle. And he's brought down after about a 1-yard gain. So that brings up 3rd down and about 1. .322 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 IndianHawks over Wright City. 3rd down and a long 1 to go. And Yates is in the shotgun again. He hands it off to Reimel. Reimel picks up the 1st down and is brought down after a couple more yards. So 1st down IndianHawks. Once again, they're going slow down the field, but they are maintaining possession and going down the field. That's what you need to do. Don't let Wright City Wildcats have the ball. I don't know if you can see behind here, but we got a really pretty sunset going on back there to the west. Meanwhile, Yates is in a shotgun, pass to the sidelines, and that was to Malik McPike, and he couldn't quite catch it, and he fell on it, keep it from being a fumble. So that maintains the field position, though. Be 2nd and 10. So 2nd 10 IndianHawks, 2:41 remaining in the first quarter. Yates is under center. He throws back to Reimel, and Reimel goes here to the near side and tries to go upfield, picks up about 4 yards. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 6 or so. Little over 2 minutes remaining. Clock is running. Okay, Yates is steering his people around. He's got Evans and Reimel behind him. He's under center again. And he gets the ball, and he's running to the far side, and he passes, and the pass is broken up just past the line of scrimmage. That brings up 4th down. 4th and 6. Now I'm going to see what they're going to do here. They are at their own 47 or 48 yard line. They're not quite to the 48-yard line. So basically midfield. See if they're going to kick this away. I don't see any play clock around here. You know they got to be using them someplace, but I sure don't see one. They were taking their time right there. All right, they're going for it. Yates is back in a shotgun. Reimel standing next to him. Pass is upfield, and okay, it's incomplete. So turnover on downs. I couldn't tell whether that pass was complete or not. It was not complete. So turnover on downs. Wright City takes over now, 1st and 10 from the IndianHawks, 47.5-yard line. So the first round of downs for IndianHawks produced a touchdown. Second round, they couldn't get past the center of the field. So anyway, Beck is back in a shotgun. Throws over to the side, and that receiver is caught immediately. So there's a loss of about 5 or so on the play. And we have an official timeout on the field. So let's take a quick break here.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
All right, we are back. And it's a 5-yard loss on the play. So 2nd and 15. Beck is back in a pistol position, hands the ball to his running back, and he barely makes it to the line of scrimmage, if that. So it brings up 3rd and about 15. 1 minute remaining in this first quarter. Scores 7-0. IndianHawks over Wright City. And all right, another play coming in. Like I said, 3rd down and about 15. And they're just kind of giving the ball back and forth right around the middle of the field. But Wright City with 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Beck back in a pistol position, and he's looking to pass. And that ball was knocked around a little bit and went out of bounds. So it brings up 4th and about 15. So let's hope the IndianHawks can hold on this. Can't tell if they're going to, I think maybe they're going to punt this time. They have one person back. I can't see his number to see whether he's a punter or not. It'd be Caleb Urban, number 84, if it is the punter. They're lined up like, there's time out, Wright City. So let's take another quick break here.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are back. 4th and 15 for Wright City. 28.1 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The score is 7-0. Clopton Elsberry over Wright City. And on fourth down, Wright City's ready to punt it away. There's the snap. There's the kick. And it takes a Wright City bounce and goes out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, 12 or 13, somewhere in there. So that was a very good punt for Wright City, and it pins the IndianHawks back. Looks like they're going to spot it around the 13-yard line with 18.2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Oh, good. Now they're down at this end of the field where I have to look through 3 panes of dirty glass. Fortunately, I was able to open up the window so the camera's looking through open air, but I'm not quite so lucky. I can't get over there. So anyway, 18.2 seconds in the remaining in the first quarter, and Yates is back in the pistol position. He hands off. Looks like it's as Reimel. And so with under 10 seconds to go, this clock is going to run down, and we are going to finish up the first quarter. And, okay, started to say that there's the siren or the horn or the whatever, but it's a quiet siren. So at the end of the first quarter, the score is IndianHawks 7, Wright City 0. Let's take a break.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Okay, here we are for the second quarter, a fresh 12 minutes on the clock. And Clopton IndianHawks on the field on the offense with second about 12. Yates back to pass. He passes like a screenplay. And that was to Lucas Martin. And it was a short gain, but it looks like it's back up to about the original line of scrimmage or so. I can't really tell for sure from this angle. Had to see where they put it's right up to the original line of scrimmage. So that brings up third down and about 10. And Yates is back in a shotgun again. 2 wideouts on the near side. He's back to pass. The pass was to 35, Malik McPike, and it just went right through his hands. He just couldn't hold on to it. He's kind of slump-shouldered right now. He's feeling bad because he feels like he should have had that pass. Well, while I feel sorry for him, there's been easier passes caught or easier passes dropped. So there's no reason for him to feel too bad. All right, so IndianHawks are back to punt. On fourth down, there's the punt, and it's a low line drive, and it goes out of bounds just past midfield. So Wright City will be taking over first and 10 from about, looks like it's going to be about the 49-yard line, their own 49-yard line. So they're going to be Once again, right at the middle of the field. That's where most of the play is taking place in this game. .11:08 remaining in the first half. 7-0 IndianHawks over Wright City. But Wright City is with the ball now, and they have it on offense. So as they set up their offense, see what they can do. Beck is back in a pistol position. He's got one runner behind him. And he hands off, and he bounces off a couple of defenders, but he does make it back to the line of scrimmage. So really no gain on that play. Oh, they might give him a half a yard, something like that. But basically no gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. Now they're coming out, and Beck will stay in the pistol position. Hands off to their runner, and he is breaking loose. He is through the line, and he's got him a first down. So big gain for Wright City. He is brought down at about the 43-yard line into IndianHawks territory. Yeah, I'm saying it's about the 35-yard line. Quick play there. Flag is down. Contreras is through the line, finally brought down. He's in first down territory, but there is a flag on the play. I got a feeling it's going to be holding. Just where that flag was thrown makes me think it's probably holding against Wright City. So that just may be coming back. And it is. It's coming back. So instead of a first down, the Wildcats have a, let's see, it's going to be a, okay, 1st and 20. And Beck is back to pass, and he is brought down. And I think there's going to be is there going to be a penalty marker on that play? That looked like intentional grounding to me. If that wasn't intentional grounding, I'd sure like to know why. There it is. They finally called it. I know these referees do as good a job as they can possibly do, but I would have loved to have known why that wasn't intentional grounding. He was caught way behind the line of scrimmage, and describe it for the radio, as he was going down, he just threw the ball away. And the entire Clopton Elsberry sideline over here, I mean, it was like 5 feet in front of them, and they were just absolutely couldn't figure out why they weren't throwing a flag. All right, so 2nd and about, I don't know, another zip code here. 2nd and about 30. Beck back to pass, long pass, and it is broken up. That was Janowski was the intended receiver. Landon Struss breaking it up. I thought he had a real good chance of intercepting it then. So it brings up 3rd and, let's see, 10, 20, 3rd and almost 30. Well, the scoreboard's saying 27. That sounds right. So 10 minutes even remaining in this first half. And it's going to be 3rd and about 27 for Wright City. So once again, Beck is back in a pistol, and he hands off. And their runner is hard to bring down. That's Jeremiah Davis. And they had him about 10 seconds before they were able to bring him down. But he did pick up about 5 or 6 yards. But it does bring up 4th and about 23 to go. So I guess he gained 4 yards on that. He ran a long ways to gain 4 yards. And they've got their punter out there. So here's the snap. There's the kick. And it takes an a Wright City bounce. And so with 9 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the first half, the score is 7-0 IndianHawks over Wright City. IndianHawks will take over 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Okay, 2 outs on each end. Yates back in a pistol position. He's got 1 runner back there with him. He's back to pass. Throws it to, it's one of the Martins. Okay, is number 13, Kyle Martin. All I could tell was it was either a 13 or a 15. I couldn't really tell for sure. But they gained about 7 yards on that. Be 2nd and 3. Once again, shotgun formation. 2 wideouts. Now the runner was Malik McPike, and he was tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. He was caught back there by Shane Vagey. Loss of a couple of yards on the play, so that brings up 3rd down and about 5. Be a short 5, but 5 nonetheless. Nice breeze blowing tonight. I've got the window open in front of me, door behind me open, so it's blowing its tail off through here. Hey, shotgun position, wide outs on both ends. Yates is back to pass. And his pass is good to Kyle Martin. And Kyle Martin is up near midfield, not quite there, but either way, it's a 1st down for the IndianHawks. I believe he's up to his own 49-yard line. So, fresh set of downs for the IndianHawks, 1st and 10. .7:30 remaining in the first half, 7-0 IndianHawks, and they have the ball and they are moving. Yates was under center and he's back to pass. Here's a long pass. It's going to be incomplete. That pass was intended for Kyle Martin. So 2nd and 10 now. That pass was probably 5-6 yards too far ahead. Nice looking pass. It just wasn't connecting with Kyle Martin. But 2nd and 10 from their own 49. 7:15 remaining in the first half. 7-0 Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks over the Wright City Wildcats. And Yates was under center again, and he keeps it. And he is brought down by about 5 or 6 Wildcats. And I'm not sure he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He might have lost a yard on that. So, brings up 3rd down and about 11 yards. Just kind of seems like, with the exception of that one, the first set of downs or first drive for Elsberry, Clopton Elsberry, just seems like these teams can't get past the 50-yard line. So Yates back in a pistol position, wide outs on both ends, one running back with him. And he's back to pass. Long pass ahead, and it falls incomplete. So that brings up 4th and about 11. And so 6:16 remaining. I guess the IndianHawks are bringing in a punter now. I see Yates walking off the field. Looks like, it looks like it's Malik McPike that is the punter. He's back in position. There is the kick. And heck of a kick, and it goes in for a touchback. So 1st and 10 for Wright City from the 20-yard line. Really good punt there. Shame they couldn't have pinned them back down around the 1-yard line or so. But they'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. 6:08 remaining in the first half. Score 7-0. IndianHawks over the Wildcats. And Wright City's bringing their offense out, where once again they will be 1st and 10 from the 20. Looks like Beck is going to be in shotgun position, and official timeout on the field. I think it's an official timeout, so somebody can tie their shoes. And in the meantime, I saw that I didn't have the camera positioned exactly perfect. So Hayden back in a shotgun position. One runner in motion. He's handed off, and here he comes on the near side. Tries to turn upfield, and nothing there. He tried the end around, and he picked up a couple of yards. So it's going to be 2nd and about 8. He went out of bounds, so that stopped the clock with 5:58 remaining in the first half. And runner up the middle, and he's bouncing off of everybody, and he's finally brought down. Big running play for Wright City. And he's out around the 27-yard line. First down, Wright City. I'm not the 27, the 37-yard line. So about a 15-yard gain on that play. Couldn't really tell who the runner was. Clock running with a little over 5.5 minutes. Beck is in a shotgun position. Another run up the middle, and he picks up maybe 3 yards. Yeah, short gain. They're going to put the ball on about the 40-yard line. So he picked up 3. Be 2nd and 7 for Wright City. But in the meantime, they are moving the ball now. Sometimes it takes a little while for these teams to figure out what the other team is doing. So Beck is back in the pistol position. Got one runner behind him, 2 wideouts each end. He's back to pass, and that pass falls in incomplete. It was intended for Brennan Logan. There's a siren off to my right. It's the same kind of siren that you hear with the scoreboard hits 0. But there wasn't any noise at all with this scoreboard at the end of the first quarter. But in the meantime, we have a 3rd down and about 7 for Wright City. And here's the runner is brought, well, he's brought down shy of a first down, but just barely. He does make about 5 or 6 yards on that play. Clock's running at 4.5 minutes. So 3rd and short for the Wildcats. The ball is placed on about the 46-yard line. They've got to go to about the 47.5-yard line for a first down. They've brought the play in. Line is now setting up. Once again, Beck is in pistol position, and they have the first down right up the middle. So first down, Wright City. 3:57 remaining in the first half, and they are right on the 50-yard line. And I mean, when I say right on, they couldn't be more centered on it. Yeah, there goes a fire truck behind me. It came down this little back street here, so there must be a fire station right here. Meanwhile, 1st and 10. Beck back to pass, and the pass is complete. And that was number 9, Dylan Seabow, and he picks up 5 yards. See where they spot the ball. He was pushed out of bounds. I thought he was pushed out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. 3:42 remaining in the first half. Yeah, they spot the ball just shy of the 45-yard line, so he picked up about 4 3/4 yards. And once again, Beck to pass, and he is brought down and fumbled. And there is a big pile up. I thought I saw an Indian Hawk fall on it, but I'm not sure. They have made no indication yet who has the ball. And Wright City maintains possession of the ball. And it is close to a first down. Wow. First down, Wright City. That's one heck of a way. That's a risky way to get a first down. Throw the ball ahead of you and hope that your players fall on it. That's risky. Something tells me he didn't do that on purpose. 3:20 remaining in the first half. There's a run up the middle, and he bounces off the line and still isn't down. Okay, now he's down, and I see a yellow marker down. Flag on the play. I'm not sure. This was on first down. I have to see this. This flag could be a lot of things. Looks like it's going to be, well, I think it's going to be against the IndianHawks. It is. Not much of a penalty, though. Okay, face mask on the defense. Okay, I'm not sure why that's only a 5-yard penalty. That's some of those little rules with an asterisk on it that I don't necessarily understand all of it. But either way, it's first down and about 4 for Wright City. He passes over to the side here. And that is Will Janowski with Will Janowski with the pass reception. And I knew he was up near the first down, but he got the first down. So 2:48 remaining in the first half, and Wright City is driving. They've got the ball now, 1st and 10 from the, about the 28-yard line. So the IndianHawks need to make a stop here if they want to go in with a 7-0 lead and not tie it up 7-7. All right, so Beck is back in a pistol position. One runner in motion. And he passes off to his fullback behind him. And that's Contreras, and he is cut back to the outside, and looks like he is in for a touchdown. Impressive run there for Contreras. He ran to the near side first, saw there was nothing there, and he took off for the far side and angled across that field. And at this point in time, it is now 7-6. IndianHawks over Wright City. See how they're going to do their extra point attempt. 2:08 remaining in the first half. They are back to kick. Can't tell his number. Okay, it's 84. Caleb Irvin back to kick. The kick is up, and it is no good. So we have a 1-point ball game right now with 2:08 remaining in the first half. So let's take a quick break here.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home, using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
All right, and we are back with 2:08 remaining in the first half. The score, IndianHawks 7, Wright City Wildcats 6. And we're going to have Brennan Logan kicking off. He'll be kicking off for the Wildcats. Can't really see who's deep. There's the kick. And it takes a Wildcat bounce. And who picked that up? Let's see. I can't tell who picked that up. Dorian Zumwalt, I guess, picked that up and was immediately brought down. So, with 2:05 remaining in the first half, the Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks looks like they're pinned back at about the 14-yard line. Get the camera over here on them. So, IndianHawks need to go into their 2-minute offense. Actually, they've got 2 minutes and 5 seconds, but they can leave 5 seconds on the clock. So Yates back in a shotgun. And he is back to pass. There's the pass. And almost intercepted by Wright City. But it falls incomplete, brings up 2nd 10, 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining on the clock. .158 remaining, 7-6 in the first half. Brings up 2nd and 10. Once again, Yates in a shotgun. Quick pass over to the sidelines, and that ball was intercepted by Wright City. It fell through the arms. I couldn't tell who the receiver was for Clopton, but it fell through his arms. And J.J. McRoberts for Wright City made the interception. So now, with 1:53 remaining in the first half, Wright City has the ball on about the 9-yard line. They have 2 timeouts remaining. First and goal. And their runner goes up the middle and picks up maybe a yard or two. And I think I see a flag on the play. So see what this is. Flag on the play. I didn't see any indication of what it might be. Where the flag is, it could be anything. Oh, wow, holding on the offense. That'll be 10 from the spot of the foul. So that's going to back them up instead of on the 9-yard line, first and goal. They'll have first and goal from, see where they're putting the ball, about the 17-yard line. Those holding penalties will really get you. From what I understand, there's holding on every play. It's just you don't get caught on every one of them. Anyway, Beck is back in a shot. He's in a pistol position now. And he's back to pass. There's a pass to completed. And see, that was Dylan Seabaugh with the completed pass. He's up to about the 10-yard line, but it's still goal to go. There is no first down available. 1:24 remaining on this in this first half. And whistles are blowing. Looks like some equipment problems. One of the Wright City players and one of the IndianHawk players had their helmets off, and it was friendly. There was no animosity there. But meanwhile, the clock is starting again with 1:17 remaining in the first half. They're on the 10-yard line, second and goal. Beck is back in a pistol position, one running back behind him. Hands off to him, number 28, and he can run. And he takes several tacklers with him, and he's down to about the 4-yard line. So it'll be third and goal with 50 seconds remaining. And the clock is running, 40 seconds remaining. And now a timeout is called. Wright City calls a timeout with 38.9 seconds remaining in the first half. The score is IndianHawks 7 and the Wildcats 6.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
All right, we are ready to finish playing this 38.9 seconds in the first half. Wright City has a third and goal from about the 4-yard line. They would love to get a touchdown. Go into the locker room with a first half lead. So, Beck is under center now. Running back in motion. Ball is snapped, and it's back to number 28 again, and he is brought down near the goal line. That is Contreras, number 28. No, I'm sorry, Jeremy. Yeah, number 26, Brandon Contreras. So that brings up fourth down and inches with 13 seconds remaining. I can't believe Wright City's not going to call a timeout here. They're calling it with just a couple of seconds remaining. They want to make sure that that there it is, 1.5 seconds remaining. They want to make sure if they get this touchdown when they kick off that the IndianHawks don't have a chance to run it back for a touchdown. So let's take another quick break.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Okay, set this up for you here. 1.5 seconds remaining in the first half. And the score is 7-6. IndianHawks over Wright City, but it is 4th and goal for Wright City at about the inch-yard line. Quarterback under center. And he comes forward, and it looks like he is in for the touchdown. Beck with the touchdown, and there is no penalty flags. So, with 0 remaining in the first half, the score is now 12-7. Wright City over the IndianHawks. So, as I get this changed on the computer here, and looks like they're setting up for their extra point kick. Well, are they going to kick or are they going to go for 2 points? They're going to kick. And nope, they had a trick play there. And he is right at the line of scrimmage, but he does not make it. 2-point attempt that was no good, so the score is, at the end of the first half, is 12-7 with that touchdown right at the end of the first half. 12-7, Wright City over the IndianHawks. And as you can see, the Wright City band is going to be taking the field. And once again, I don't have any kind of stats up here with me, but the IndianHawks started off running the ball quite well. Jake Reimel was just on fire, and so was Yates. Yates was able to run where they wanted to go, and the IndianHawks defense, their line was solid. Wright City couldn't get through it at all, but by the time that we were into the second quarter, and especially a couple of minutes into the second quarter, Wright City had figured out how to punch some holes in that line. And so they were able to get down there for a touchdown, made it 7-6, and then with a fumble on the part of IndianHawks, with a couple of minutes to go in the first half, way down at the goal, near the goal line, Wright City was able to, with 0 time remaining on the clock, Wright City was able to score a last-minute touchdown in the first half. So let's just take a break here in the halftime. I will leave the camera on so you can see the marching band out there. But I'm going to take a break here myself and try to get some liquids on my throat. Okay, we are back to begin this third quarter, begin the second half, whatever you want to call it. We are back live again, and I was sitting here listening to the Troy Francis Howell game. I don't know which Howell it is, but I was listening to that, and right now the score is, for anyone interested, the score is Howell 21 and Troy 17 at halftime there. But we are in our game here, and 10 seconds remaining in the halftime clock, and it's going to go down to 0, and since there's no sound, nobody knows that except the people looking at the clock. Well, I hear a siren, but I just saw lights out on the highway. Interstate 70, there's lights and sirens out there. But either way, all right, kind of recap the first half. Clopton Elsberry came out on top 7-0 on their first drive, and then came back, and after a few drives by each team, Wright City was able to answer with a touchdown, but they couldn't get the extra point. And I mean, they kicked for an extra point, and it was no good. And then right at the end of the first half, well, I guess with about 2 minutes remaining in the first half, then Clopton Elsberry fumbled the ball down around the 9-yard line, their own 9-yard line. So that, and Wright City recovered. So they had first and 10 from, actually first and goal. Wouldn't be first and 10, first and goal from the 9-yard line. And after a holding penalty that set them back, they were able to get up to about less than a yard to go, and they had fourth down and goal with less than a yard to go and 1.5 seconds on the clock, and they were able to get it in. Made the score 12-7. Clopton Elsberry over Wright City. They tried for a 2-point conversion and just couldn't quite get it in. I mean, they were close. They were right on the goal line, but couldn't quite get it in. So at the halftime, that is the score, 12-7. So we are getting ready to go out now, and I believe that Wright City will be kicking off to Clopton Elsberry. And so let's take another quick break right here.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
All right, so once again, I want to remind you that this game will be, not only is it in perpetuity, or whatever that word is, it's going to be on YouTube forever, so you can come back and watch it at any time at your convenience. But also tomorrow, this game is going to be on KYRO 1280, 105.3 FM, 1280 AM and 105.3 FM. This game will be on there tomorrow at noon. So if you like listening to football on the radio, then you got a chance to hear my voice once again tomorrow. Maybe it's just my voice you want to hear. Okay, yeah, I hear everybody laughing now. That's all right. You don't have to laugh that hard. But anyway, that's what it'll be tomorrow. YouTube will be having it'll be on YouTube forever. So the kickoff. And Wright City drops it, but they pick it up and takes off running, and couldn't really see who the runner was. And you know what? I said it wrong. I said that the Wildcats would be kicking off to Clopton Elsberry. I had that exactly opposite. It was Clopton Elsberry kicking off to Wright City. Oops on my part. Anyway, Wright City is up to their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10. 3 wideouts to the near side. Quarterback in pistol position, and they give it to runner, that is Jonah Rodriguez. And he is brought down near the line of scrimmage. Yeah, they're saying he picked up a yard, so be 2nd and 9. One of those that he ran a long ways to pick up 1 yard. 2 wideouts on each end. Pistol position, and once again up the middle. Wright City is finding some holes in this Clopton Elsberry defensive line, and he is real close to a 1st down. I don't think he's quite got it, but he is awful close. Okay, 3rd and less than a yard to go. Just all of a sudden, the Clopton Elsberry line is letting Wright City run right up the middle. And that time they did not. As Rodriguez was the runner, and let's see, who was that was for Clopton Elsberry? Looks like Jacob Wolanski. He went right through that offensive line and knocked him for about a 2-yard loss. So it brings up 4th and 9. Pass back and the ball's down, and fumble on the play. See who got it. And it looks like Clopton Elsberry will be taking over. So I'm not sure if they recovered it or it was just take over on downs. I guess it doesn't matter. They're taking over at the same place either way. So the Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks will be beginning this drive, their first drive of the second half. They'll be starting this in Wright City territory. They'll be at the 35-yard line, maybe just shy of the 35-yard line. Yates is back in a pistol position, 2 wideouts. Ball is given to Jake Reimel, and he's up the middle for, looks like he's got about 4 or 5 yards on that play. Wright City player slow to get up. He's up on 1 knee, and they call the timeout. There, he's up, and he's limping a little bit. He's walking off under his own power. He's not hardly even limping now. That is Christian Ebersol, and he's going off under his own power. Good for him. So 3-yard gain for Reimel on that. 2nd and 7. 9:44 remaining in the third quarter. 12-7 is the score. Wright City Wildcats over the Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks. And right up through the middle again. Looks like they picked up another 2 or 3 yards. Really couldn't tell who that was that ran that up the middle. But either way, they ran it up the middle. So we're going to have 3rd down and about 2 yards. So a big 3rd down here. They need to get this up at least 2 yards. It's probably a long 2 yards. Under 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Yates is back in a shotgun. 1 wide out to the near side. Now he's back under center now. And he hands off. No, he keeps it. He faked me out, and he's end around, and he is up for the 1st down. Knocked out of bounds down around the 15-yard line. So 1st down for IndianHawks. They'll be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Clock is running at 8:25. Yates is under center again. One wide out to the near side. Ball's handed to Evans, I believe, and he is brought down. He picked up probably 3 yards on that play. So that brings up 2nd and probably 7. Yeah, they're saying 2nd and 6. And the announcer said 5. So I guessed at 7. The scoreboard says 6, and the announcer said 5. So I think we'll just hold it at 6 in the middle, just average it out. So Yates under center again. 3 backs, 1 wide out to the far side. He's back to pass. The pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the play. I got a feeling it's going to be pass interference. From here, it looked like he was pulled down. So let's see what the call is. Pass interference on the Wildcats. Okay, if it's regular pass interference, that should be automatic first down. It was in first down territory either way. So let's see where they spot the ball. They're spotting the ball up around. He's just kind of going back and forth with it here. Okay. They're spotting it at the 4-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and goal from the 4-yard line for the IndianHawks. 7:26 remaining in the 3rd quarter, 12-7. Wright City over the IndianHawks. They bring out 1 wide receiver to the near side here. I don't know what's going on here now. They're showing 2nd down and 1. They put the first down markers back up again. Maybe it wasn't. I thought pass interference was an automatic first down no matter what. Let's see. They're giving an explanation to head coach Butch Wolanski. See what the explanation is here, because they're showing like 2nd and 1 instead of 1st and goal. And still no explanation. Now they're changing the marker to first down, but they're showing the marker sticks still up there. Not sure absolutely no idea what's going on out there. I'm not sure they know. Everybody's set up ready to run a play, but the scoreboard's still saying 2nd down and 1. The down stick is saying 1. It's saying first down. And the referees are not sure of anything. Okay, now they're back to 2nd down and 1. I believe it. They're still explaining to Butch what's going on. And I think he's finally like, okay, let's just play. All right, so 2nd and 1 at about the 8-yard line. And that was Evans with the ball, and he runs up, and that should be a first down now. 1st and goal for the IndianHawks. 7:20 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Clock has started again. So 1st and goal. And this time it's a real 1st and goal. And there was Yates right up the middle, and touchdown IndianHawks. Sean Yates, another 6 points for Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks. No flags on the play. The score is now 13-12. IndianHawks over Wright City. Put that score up there. Now they are back. I believe it's going to be Kyle Martin back to kick, attempt the extra point. Kick is up. And I believe it's good. Yes, it is. So 14-12 is the score. 7:07 remaining in the third quarter. 14-12. So this is shaping up to be a duplicate of last year's game. Only last year's game was a high-scoring game. It was 50-46, whereas this one is a low-scoring game, 14-12. But either way, it's a very close game. There's a show you the scoreboard right there. 7:07 remaining. 14-12. IndianHawks over the Wildcats. So they're going to move back here to kick off to the Wildcats. And now's the time for the IndianHawks defense to really step it up. What's that old saying? Now's the time for all good men to come to the aid of their IndianHawks, or something like that. All right. Here's Kyle Martin. Back to kick off again. Busiest foot in all of IndianHawks football. There's the kick. Low kick, and it's bouncing, picked up by Wright City. And he is brought down. That was DeJuan Lenore. And they make it back to the 37-yard line, their own 37-yard line, and that's where they will be taking over 1st and 10. And just received notice here that for anyone interested in Troy football, Howell is now up 28-24 over Troy. All right, so Beck is back in a pistol position. One runner, number 3, he is in motion, and he's turned the corner. And we have a penalty marker down on the play. He's up near the first down. I don't believe he's quite got the first down, but he's near it. But there is a flag down. Looks like it may be a face mask. Not really sure. I thought I saw one of the referees holding their chin. Maybe it was just the hair on his chin that was bothering him. But either way, there's a flag down, and they are discussing things, looking things over. Personal foul on the defense, so that goes against the IndianHawks. So if it wasn't a first down, it is now. So that should be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. That's going to put the ball way up here. Brings up a first down, and they are all the way up to the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Wright City. And they are in IndianHawks territory by 10 yards. So Beck back in a pistol position again, one back behind him. And nobody in motion this time, but he hands off to 28. And he bounces, and they hold him up at the line. He picked up a couple of yards, I'd say. That's Jeremiah Davis. They're giving him 1 yard, 2nd and 9. 6:28 remaining in the third quarter. 14-12, IndianHawks over Wright City. But they are at 2nd and 9 at the IndianHawks 39-yard line. Once again, pistol position for Beck. And he is really under pressure, but he takes off. He's got an open line in front of him. And he is down for another Wright City first down. He is down to about the 26-yard line maybe, something like that. So after the IndianHawks first down, Wright City has come right back. Clock is running with 6 minutes. So once again, Beck is going to be in a pistol position. He's got wide outs, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side, 1 running back behind him. Passes off to him, and he is taking runners or taking tacklers with him. He's finally brought down after about 5 or 6 yards. And he is slow getting up. I think it's the runner. He is slow to get up. I can't see his number. But we do have a Wright City player down on the field. And they are attending to him. And he's not moving any, but he is conscious. I can tell from that. They're smart not to move any. And it looks like they're working with his left leg. No matter how you look at it, this is a contact sport, and it can be rough out there. No matter how many pads you have on, no matter how careful you are, football is a rough sport. So while he's down, let's go ahead and get a quick break in here.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are back, and they are still working with him. He started to get up and kind of went back down again. Got a feeling he's in a lot of pain right now. So really can't tell exactly what's going on, but looks like they are working with his left leg. There is a trainer out there with him. Don't like seeing any of these young athletes getting hurt. I don't care what the score is. I don't care how valuable or invaluable they are to their team. I don't want any team to win because an opposing player got hurt. That's not how you should win a game. But they are still working with him. So let's throw another commercial in here while we can.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
All right, he is back up, walking out under his own power. Looks like they have his shoe off of him. Can't really tell. Couldn't tell if that was a 26 or a 28. I believe that was 26, Brandon Contreras. He's one of their main runners. That's not good for Wright City. While it's a good one for Elsberry, Clopton Elsberry, the IndianHawks, like I said, I don't like to see an injury on either side. To me, that's not how you want an advantage. You want an advantage by outplaying the other team. So, anyway, Beck is back in a shotgun. One runner in motion, hands off to him, and he's end around, and I see flags on the play, and he is in for a touchdown, but there are flags on the play. That flag was back where holding would be. That's exactly what it was. Holding on the offense nullifies that touchdown. So instead of a touchdown, they will have second down and some yards. That was Will Janowski with the run. Very impressive run, but it got called back. So it's going to be second and about 12 instead of a touchdown. That hurts if you're a Wright City fan. So the offense comes back for Wright City. Beck is in a pistol position. Once again, runner is moving, and he's back to pass. Long pass, and it is incomplete in the end zone. So that brings up 3rd and 12, Wright City. They are back on about the 20, where are they here? About the 27-yard line. 3rd and 12. They've got to go to the 15-yard line to make a first down. Beck's back in a pistol position again. Runner in motion. And there's a pass, and it is no good. That can't see who that was intended for, because I'm on this side of the field. I'm looking through some very dirty glass. Actually, 3 panes of very dirty glass. So that brings up 4th down at about 12. So Wright City with a 4th down and 12, 4:57 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Score is 14-12. IndianHawks over Wright City. And Beck is back to pass again, and that pass is broken up. So the IndianHawks take over on downs from the 27-yard line. Good defensive stance there by the IndianHawks. They were fortunate because there was a touchdown in there. They were fortunate that there was a holding call on that, because that would have been 18-14. Reminds me of a song. So anyway, Clopton, Elsberry, IndianHawks take over. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Where is Yates? He is under center. Hands off to Evans, and he breaks 2 or 3 tackles there. and is still pushing forward. Looks like he gained about seven yards or so. No. I'm sorry. He only gained about 3. I was at the wrong line. So gain of about 3. They're saying 2. Either way, he's on the 30-yard line. So it's going to be second and about 7. Yates back to pass. Screen play. That was Zach Evans on the play, or on the screen play, and he makes it right back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain on that play. Third down and about 7. Yates coming in with a brand new play. They're setting up Malik McPike on the far end. They have one wide out on the far end, 2 on the near side. Yates takes it back from shotgun, and he's going forward with it. He's going sideways with it. And he cannot pick up the first down. He's knocked out of bounds at he picked up maybe a yard or 2 on that play. Actually, he might have lost a yard. Either way, it's 4th and 6. Looks to me like they are going for this. Yates back in a shotgun. Wideouts on the far end and on the near side. And that is going to be false start for the IndianHawks, and that takes it back another 5 yards. So it'll be 4th down and about 10 or 11. Either way, I think they're going to punt it now. Malik McPike back to punt. Wright City has a player at about their own 45-yard line to receive. Low snap, but the kick goes out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. So great field position for Wright City. So great field position for Wright City on this drive. Looks like they're placing the ball about the 37.5-yard line of the IndianHawks. So 1st and 10, Wright City. .2:16 remaining in the third quarter. Still 14-12. IndianHawks over Wright City, but Wright City has the ball in great field position, 37.5-yard line. And Beck back in a pistol position. He has the ball, and he's keeping it, and he gains a couple of, not really gains anything. He's back to the line of scrimmage where he's brought down. And so with the clock running, under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter, the 2nd and 10 Wildcats. And so, a little over a minute and a half to go. They are taking their time getting this going. There's a flag on the play. Actually, there was no play, just a flag. Okay, sideline warning for the IndianHawks. Didn't really see what was going on there. Doesn't affect anything. It's just a sideline warning. But either way, it's still 2nd and 10 for Wright City. Pistol position for Beck. One runner in motion. Hands off to him. That's number 3. He's end around. And there's flags on the play. He did get a short gain. Let's see where they place the ball. Let's see what the penalty is. .129 remaining in the third quarter. And still no indication of anything here. They called holding on that last play against Wright City. Offensive holding. See where they place the ball now. The flag was thrown from way back over on this side. Got to remember it was 2nd and 10. Here's the ball coming back, and he just keeps walking. Okay, the ball is placed back on the 40-yard line. So now it's going to be 2nd and about 13 or so for Wright City. Got to remember that those penalties are from the spot of the foul. How this program freezes up. I had to look at some different programs. Anyway, what happened while we were gone, it is now 4th down and about 4 to go for Wright City. Score is still 14-12, IndianHawks over Wright City. And 4th down, and they are going for it. Beck back to pass. The pass is incomplete. So the IndianHawks will take over 1st and 10. Where's that ball placed? Its ball is placed about the 31-yard line. So good defensive stop there for the IndianHawks. 37.9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. All right, with the IndianHawks on the offense now. Again, 37.9 in the third quarter. Yates is back in a pistol position. He's got the ball. He hands it off. Who is that to? Is that to Reimel? Now there's Malik McPike, and he is brought down in the backfield. So loss of a yard or so. Maybe not even a yard. Just about to the line of scrimmage. But either way, the IndianHawks need to make some positive yardage here. They're ahead by 2, but that's not very much. All right, third quarter is going to run down. And now, the end of the third quarter, the score is IndianHawks 14 and the Wright City Wildcats 12. Take a quick break here.
Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at MedicineShopRx.com.
All right, we have 12 minutes remaining in this game.
The score of any athletic event is generally...
Sorry about that.
The score of...
The official name of this thing is a commercial thingy. So my commercial thingy was trying to take over the broadcast. I showed it who's boss. So anyway, we have second down and about 10.5 to go for the IndianHawks. Yates was under center, and now Malik McPike with a pass. And that pass is complete. They are up. That is Kyle Martin with the completed pass. And so they are at the 40-yard line into Wright City territory. Big gain on that play, about 25 yards or so on that play. Actually, they spotted the ball down at the 39-yard line of Wright City. So that's a good way for Clopton Elsberry to start off this fourth quarter with the lead. All right, and there is Yates under center. He hands off right up the middle, and nothing is there, but I see a penalty flag coming in right at the end of the play. Very late flag. See what that's going to be. Wow, holding on the IndianHawks. Man, that was a late flag for holding. He'd been down a little bit whenever they called that. So that brings that back. So they are back at the 50-yard line now. So it's going to be first down and about 20. These penalties will really hurt a team. Wright City's had one touchdown called back already. They've had one touchdown called back. It really hurt them with the holding penalty. And now after a big gain, anyway, Yates is in shotgun, wideouts on both ends. He's back to pass. There's a long pass. And just through the arms of the receiver. No pass interference. And see, I can't see the number well enough to see who that was up there that couldn't pull that pass in. It was right through his arms, though. I think that might have been Kyle Martin. I believe that. From the side, you can't read their numbers. You know what? It might have been Malik McPike. But either way, we have second down and 20. Once again, wideouts on both ends. Yates in a pistol position. And now he's going to keep it and run up the middle. And he rounds off of everybody and gets up close to first down, and he's finally brought down. And they're saying that he dropped the ball, and everybody says they have it. Both teams are saying they have the ball. So I don't know, because I'm way over on the press box on the sidelines. And the official call is Wright City has the ball. That is the official call, and the IndianHawks don't seem to agree with it. But either way, the official call was for Wright City to get the ball. So fumble on the play, and Wright City takes over first and 10 from their own, looks like about the 34-yard line. So 11:26 remaining in the ball game. The score is 14-12. IndianHawks over Wright City. Once again, IndianHawks need a big defensive stop here. And they are discussing everything out there now. And looks like they're asking Wright City players, was it really a fumble? Should you have the ball? I'm sure they're going to answer them that, oh no, we don't deserve the ball. Give it back to them. So anyway, 1st and 10, Wright City from the 34-yard line, and Beck hands off, and here's Contreras, comes around to the near side, and yeah, that was Brandon Contreras, comes around the near side and makes a 5-yard gain, about a 6-yard gain. So it'll be bringing up 2nd and about 4 for the Wildcats. 11:18 remaining in this ball game. Yates back in a pistol position, one runner in motion, wide out on the far side. He's back to pass. Lateral pass that was dropped, and it fell incomplete. So 3rd down and about 4. Like I said before, this is time for the IndianHawks to come up with a big defensive stop. They've got the lead, they just need to hold on to the ball. So 3rd down and 4. Again, Beck is in pistol position. He hands off to Contreras, and he is brought down short of the 1st down. He's brought down short, and looks like he got about a 2-yard gain maybe. So it brings up 4th down and probably 2 or 3. See where they place the ball. Now we'll see what Wright City is going to do. Hold it, they're moving the ball back. Was there a penalty there? There was a penalty on the play. I never even saw the flag go down. So they'll repeat 3rd down, and it looks like it's going to be 3rd down and about 14 or 15. So must have been a holding penalty, because that's the only thing that's going to be that big. So 3rd and long, back to pass. The pass is good, but he is 4 or 5 yards short of the 1st down. So they're back up to where they were for 4th down. So they're going to have 4th down and probably about 7 yards. 4th and 7, and see if, and this is from the 37-yard line. See if it looks like they are going to punt the ball away. As long as there's no special play here or something. But that's what it looks like they're going to do, is punt the ball. There's the snap, low kick, and they're letting the ball bounce, and Wright City downs it at the about the 37 or 38-yard line. IndianHawks will take over 1st and 10 now in their own territory from the 37-38-yard line. They have a 2-point lead, 10:44 remaining in this ball game. All right, so the defense held. Now their offense needs to get down the field and not give up the ball. They were driving the last time and coughed up the ball. It was apparently a controversial cough up. But either way, it was a cough up. So Yates back in a pistol position, wideouts on both sides, and he's keeping it himself. And he turns the corner. Flags are down. There's a flag down. He picked up maybe 5 or 6 yards on it. This flag came from the defensive side, so I'm not sure. Holding offense. Once again, that dreaded holding penalty. So that is all coming back. So instead of second and about 4, we're going to have first and looks like about 17 or 18, something like that. Yeah, 18 yards to go. First and 18. 10.5 minutes remaining in this ball game. At least they're eating up the clock. But they may need some of this clock later on. There's a pass up to Malik McPike, and he could not quite hang on to it. So it'll be second and 18. Again, 10:20 to go in this ball game. 14-12, IndianHawks over Wright City. IndianHawks back in a hole right now. Second and 18. They have the lead, but they need more points. Wright City they're too good of a team to not let them go. There's a pass. Complete to, who's it complete to? Way across the field, I can't tell. Okay, that is Kyle Martin. The ball pass is complete. So 3rd and 6 for the IndianHawks. Big play here. They need to keep this ball right now and let this clock be running down with them in possession. Under 10 minutes, 9:49 to go. They need a first down on this play. They need this first down, and Wildcat defense really wants to stop them. Yates in a pistol, and he's back under a lot of pressure. And he is running towards the sidelines. And he is passed to Kyle Martin, and he catches the ball, and he's got a first down, and he's still going. And he is finally brought down. He is brought down near the 30-yard line. So, big play for the IndianHawks there. And Wildcats have a player down. Clock is stopped with 9:19 to go. IndianHawks have the ball on the Wildcats' 30-yard line, 1st and 10. They need to score. They need to eat up some clock. And their player, that is Jonathan Burke. He is up walking under his own power. So good for him. But again, IndianHawks 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 30-yard line. Yates was under a lot of pressure then, and he managed to get the ball over to Kyle Martin. Kyle Martin made a good catch. Okay, there must have been, no, I guess this is still just an official timeout, but nobody seems to be in a hurry to get back to the line of scrimmage. All right, they're heading out there now. Yeah, it's still the official timeout. So again, set this up. After a long gain on that play, forward pass, Yates under a lot of pressure. He gets the pass away, and Kyle Martin pulled it in. So Yates back in a pistol position again. Wide outs on the far side and near side, and he hands it to Jake Reimel, and he cuts into the middle, and he picks up, 5 or 6 yards up through the middle. They're saying 4 yards. So 2nd and 6. Seems like from this angle, I can't tell real well exactly where they're placing the ball. But I can tell he picked up several yards. He's close to 5 yards. So either way, Yates back in the pistol position. He's got, looks like Reimel behind him. No, he's under center. He's under center. He's got 2 behind him. Zach Evans caught right at the line of scrimmage. So that brings up 3rd down and about 5 or 6. Yates comes over to the sideline, gets a new play. And once again, big 3rd down for the IndianHawks. Great big 3rd down. 7:52 remaining in this fourth quarter. Yates under center. And he is rolling out to the near side, and he takes it up for about a 2-yard gain. But not a first down. So it looks like it's going to be 4th down and about 3 yards. So here's the biggest 4th down of the game so far. There hasn't been a bigger one. So 4th down for the IndianHawks. 7 minutes remaining in this ball game. IndianHawks with a 2-point lead. They need 3 yards, and they can continue this drive. Yates is back to pass, and it's intercepted by Wright City. And he is going to go all the way. He is down for a touchdown. Except there's a flag on the play. This is going to be huge on who this flag is on. Because if it's on the IndianHawks, you know Wright City's not going to take the penalty. So defensive holding on Wright City. That is the 2nd touchdown of this game nullified by a holding penalty against Wright City. How big are those penalties? That also should give the IndianHawks a first down. So let's see what they're going to do here. Maybe that holding penalty was after the interception. That could very well be, which in that case, that'll give Wright City the ball. But it was holding either way. It nullifies the touchdown. 6:38 remaining in this ball game. There was another penalty flag just thrown right there. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was a referee that threw it. I think it was just out on the field and got kicked by somebody. Once again, 6:38 remaining in this ball game. 14-12 IndianHawks. And right now, I'm not sure whose ball it is. That holding could have been done after the interception. In which case it would be Wright City's ball. So, we're going to see which quarterback comes out. Wright City's back out on the field. All right, I think that is the case. I think it is Wright City's ball. I'm just not sure. The ball is back at about, okay, it is Wright City's ball. So they did intercept the ball. maintained possession of it, but the hold came after the interception. So Wright City 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. At least that's what I think is going on. The down sticks are set up in Wright City's favor. All right, that's what it is. So Beck is in a pistol position. Wright City does have control of the ball now at their own 20-yard line. 6:38 remaining in the game. So a turnover by Clopton Elsberry. Long pass is caught, and he is on his way to a touchdown. There is a touchdown, Wright City, on the first play from scrimmage, 80-yard play, and I don't see any flags. So just like that, Wright City takes the lead, 18-14. That was Will Janowski, 80-yard touchdown reception, Wright City. .6:26 remaining in this ball game. What a turnaround here. Okay, they're going to set up for some kind of a trick play again here, or are they going to try to kick the extra point? Looks to me like they're going to try to kick the extra point. That'd make it a 5-point game. 4-point game, 5-point game, doesn't really matter. And timeout. Wright City's called a timeout now with 6:26 remaining. Let's take a break.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Okay, we are back for their extra point. All right, again, 6:26 remaining in this ball game. And Wright City is setting up. Okay, they are not going to kick. They're going to go for 2 points. And they are denied. Or no, they're not. They did get in. And so the score is now 20-14. So they are exactly 1 touchdown ahead. So while that touchdown was brought back for the holding penalty, they made use of the next play. And under 6.5 minutes to go, 20-14, Wright City over Clopton Elsberry. But there is still 6.5 minutes to go, so Clopton Elsberry has plenty of time to run this ball down there. They just need to hold on to it while they're running it down there. They've given up a fumble down close, down around the 20-yard line. They've given up a fumble, and now an interception to Wright City. So the turnovers have really hurt Clopton Elsberry tonight. And so comes Wright City out onto the field. They're going to kick off, and I'm willing to bet they're going to try to kick it as deep as possible. So here we go with the kick. See what kind of a kick they do. If they just try to do a 10-yarder. Yep, No. Is a regular kick. All right. Can't tell who's got it. Is that Zumwalt, I think, maybe? Or Reimel. And as Reimel, and he's pulled out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. See exactly where they place it, maybe about the 41-yard line. 42-yard line. I knew it'd be one of those right in there. So with the score, Wright City 20 and the IndianHawks 14. There is 6 minutes and 17 seconds left in this ball game. Clopton Elsberry has the ball. They just need to get down the field without giving up possession. Yates back in a pistol position. He holds on to it. Long pass. And it's not even near. Malik McPike was downfield, but the pass was another 15 yards past him. Brings up 2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 6:11. Score is 20-14, Wright City. Once again, Yates back in a pistol position. And he's keeping it himself, and he slips and falls. Not quite to the line of scrimmage. He slips and falls, and he is slow getting up. So 3rd down and 11 coming up for the IndianHawks. They really need this first down. They cannot afford to let Wright City get this ball with only 5.5 minutes remaining in the game. Clock ticking away. Third down and 11 for the Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks. Yates back to pass. He passes laterally. And Martin completes the pass. About a 5-yard gain, but they still have 4th down and about 7 to go. Ball right at the 45-yard line. So here's a 4th down conversion that can be the ball game. A little over 4.5 minutes remaining in this ball game. Yates back in a pistol. Wideouts on both ends. One running back with him. He's back to pass. Got some pressure. And that ball was overthrown by 10 yards. And so on downs, Wright City takes over at the IndianHawks 45-yard line. 1st and 10 with 4:29 remaining in this ball game. They've got the 6-point lead. They've got the ball. They are in the driver's seat right now. Clopton needs to get a quick 3 and out or 4 and out, or they need to get a turnover. Turnover would be better because they'll have better field position with the turnover. So either way, Beck is back in a pistol position. He takes a snap, gives it to Contreras, and he is just running right through that line. He is up for a 1st down. 12-yard gain on that play. 1st down, Wright City. So that is not how you get the ball turned over, by letting them run up through the line. A little over 4 minutes remaining. Once again, 2 wideouts to the near side, 2 wideouts to the far side. Beck back in a pistol position. He's got one running back behind him. They are letting that clock run down, taking their time. Hands it to Contreras, and he takes off again. And they're having a lot of trouble with him. Another first down, Wright City. They are up to about the 17-yard line. And they start the clock. 3.5 minutes to go. Beck is back in a pistol position. Wide outs on each side, one running back behind him. And they're letting that clock run as long as possible to get the snap off. Once again, there's Contreras to the line, and they stop him this time, but he still picked up a couple of yards. And there's a timeout called. 3:03 remaining in this ball game. I saw him call a timeout. I didn't even have to guess who called that timeout. Wright City wants that clock to speed up. They've got themselves a 6-point lead. 3:03 remaining. Take a quick break.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are back, and there is Clopton Elsberry running out on the field. And now Wright City's coming out with their offensive line. Wright City has the lead, they've got the ball, they've got the clock on their side. And they've got momentum to go along with the lead and the clock and the ball. So there's another run for Wright City, and that was Will Janowski. Another timeout. Another timeout, Clopton Elsberry. 2:47 remaining. And it's going to be third down and about 7 for Wright City. Take another quick break.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders, committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other.
Okay, just cut that one off where it is because all the players are coming back out on the field. And Wright City they got the ball, goes to Contreras again, and he is up. I don't think he's quite to the first down, but he is close to it. Either way, 2.5 minutes remaining in this ball game. The clock is ticking. So it brings up fourth down and about 1.5 yards. They're calling it 2. It's a short 2. So now another timeout. That is the IndianHawks' last timeout. We'll finish out this last commercial here.
Valuable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, 2:14 remaining in this ball game. Wright City ahead, 20-14. The IndianHawks had the lead throughout the vast majority of this game, but a key turnover here in the fourth quarter, and that gave Wright City the ball, and they had it back at the 20-yard line, but on the very next play, they had an 80-yard pass reception, and that gave them the lead of 20-14, and that's where it is right now. 2:14 remaining. Fourth down for Wright City. They need to make this fourth down, or the IndianHawks are going to take over with 2 minutes to go. So Beck is back in the pistol position. He's got two wideouts on the near side, two on the far side, one running back behind him. But in the second half, they've been able to run right through the IndianHawks line. And there was movement. Oh, I guess it was timeout called. Timeout Wright City. All right, IndianHawks are complaining that there was a penalty flag flown, which there was. Penalty flag was thrown on his near side, but I guess they'll pick that up. So anyway, as I was saying, the IndianHawks had the lead throughout the vast majority of this game, but they pretty much gave it away in the fourth quarter on turnovers. They were lucky a couple times because Wright City had a touchdown taken away from them on a holding call, and they had another one taken away on a holding call after an interception. But then the very next play after that interception, they got a touchdown anyway. So it just delayed the inevitable for a few seconds. Okay, here we go with 4th and 2. And Contreras looks like he did not get that first down. So Clopton Elsberry is going to take over on downs from about the 8 or 9, maybe 10-yard line. So they've got to go 90 yards in 2 minutes and 8 seconds. And if they get a touchdown, they'll tie the game. Anything extra after that would put them ahead. But they got 90 yards to go. That can be done in one play. It can be done in a lot of plays. But at least the IndianHawks do have life. Their defense came together there at the end, and they do have life. So Yates is back in a shotgun. He's back to pass. And it fell incomplete, intended for Zach Evans. That took 3 seconds off. That took 3 seconds off the clock. So 2:05 still to go in this game. Score is 20-14, Wright City. But the IndianHawks have the ball, and they got to go 90 yards. Shotgun for Yates. There's a forward pass. Okay, that was to Lucas Martin. Third down and about 1.5 yards to go. 1:41 and the clock is running. And Yates keeps it himself, and he runs up for a first down. First down, and it stops the clock at 1:34. So, IndianHawks with a fresh set of downs. They've got the ball up around the 23-yard line. They've still got a long ways to go. What's that old saying? A long ways to go and a short time to get there. And to be technical here, they're northbound. They're not eastbound and down. They are heading towards the north end of the field. Clock is running with 1:20 to go. Yates back in a shotgun. He's back, he's keeping it, and he's running it up. He's going to pass. And that ball is intercepted. That's Will Janowski intercepted that ball. So, with 1:07 remaining in this ball game, Wright City takes over 1st and 10 from about the 35-yard line. Make that the 33-yard line. So, barring anything really unusual, that is the ball game. There's still 1:07 remaining. Timeout Wright City. I have no idea why they would take a timeout. But they did. It's not me to question on that. Oh, it's me to question, but it's not up to them to answer. But either way, with 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining, the Wright City Wildcats intercepted the ball, so another turnover for Clopton Elsberry. Turnovers really hurt them tonight. And another turnover, and they have the ball on their own 33-yard line. So, unless, for whatever reason, Clopton Elsberry can come out here and take this ball away from them, then this game is pretty much over. I know it's not over until it's over, till the fat lady sings, till whatever. But with 1:07 remaining, and there's no timeouts for either team, so I would think they're just going to take a knee. That's what I would think. Looks to me like they're in a stance of taking the knee. That's exactly what he did. Clock is running. They've got 3 more downs they can do that. And if I remember right, 45 seconds between downs, so they only have to do it once more. And so they are setting up to do it again. They're under 45 seconds now. And Beck takes a knee, and that is the end of the ball game, even though there's 30 seconds remaining on the clock. So Wright City Wildcats take this game by a score of 20-14, and that takes them to 4-1, drops to Clopton Elsberry to 2-3. And this was a heartbreaker because they had the game in hand. Well, I shouldn't say they had the game in hand. What they did have, though, was they had the lead throughout the game. And it was late in the game that the Wright City Wildcats, their defense came up big and forced turnovers, got 2 interceptions here in the fourth quarter, capitalized with a touchdown on one of them, and then on a final drive by Wright City, or I'm sorry, a final drive by Clopton Elsberry, then they could not capitalize. They got themselves another interception. So this game is over. Where do we go next week? Next week, October the 4th. We will be playing South Callaway next Friday night, and that'll be at Clopton. I think South Callaway's, well, no, I shouldn't say. I don't know what their record is. I saw what North Callaway's was, but I didn't see what South Callaway's was. But anyway, we'll be back home again next Friday night. If you're a softball fan, then I'll be on the air at 9 o'clock in the morning, actually about 8:45. I'll be on the air at the Louisiana tournament, where the Lady Indians will be playing the first of hopefully 3 games. If they win at least one, then they'll be in 3 games. They start the tournament playing against Montgomery County. But if you're just a football fan, then we'll be back in action next Friday night, October the 4th, at Clopton against South Callaway. So, it's the end of the ball game here. Final score, Wright City 20, Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks 14. So I'm going to back it out of here for tonight. And good night, everybody, from Wright City, Missouri. And this is Kenny Masterson saying good night from the Indian Sports Network. See you next week.